Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Sir Jedi Sentinel, and welcome to something different. This is something I kind of had on my mind all month that I kind of wanted to do, so I hope I do it well. But anyway, this month marks the 10-year anniversary of the YouTube channel Council of Geeks. So I kind of wanted to talk about her for a moment. Um, it's it's safe to say, I think at this point, at least for the past few years, that currently she is my favorite YouTuber. She's one of those YouTubers who I find when she updates, I always watch her stuff. Like, I never miss a video. I don't always like her comment. I should really do that to feed the algorithm, but I do always try to watch her stuff. Whereas some other YouTubers, when I'm subscribed to, when they upload a thing, it's like, oh, I can watch that later, or oh, I don't have any interest in that particular topic. With Council of Geeks, I find myself watching everything she uploads. She is my favorite YouTuber, like I said, and she had a huge what's the word? A profound influence. There we go, on me when I first started my channel. So I first came across her channel a few years ago. I don't even remember. It was when Doctor Who Series 10 was coming out, and when I was getting back into Doctor Who. Long story short, I watched Series 8. I fell off with Series 9 just because I was sharing my home with other people. They needed the DVR for their stuff. My stuff kept getting deleted. So I just stopped watching. And then I got back into the swing of things with Series 10. And also around Series 10 is when I started getting interested in WhoTube as well, the Doctor Who YouTube community. I don't remember what the first videos of hers I watched were, but I know I discovered her sometime during the gap between The Doctor Falls and Twice Upon a Time, and admittedly, I've been hooked ever since. Like, the Doctor Who content drew me in, but then it was everything else she started doing that I kept coming back for. Like her videos on LGBT plus issues and LGBT representation in the media, the PR nightmares surrounding some of these disastrous decisions big companies and corporations are making, or her other stuff, like her movie stuff, her Marvel and DC stuff. At the end of the video, I'll recommend some of my favorite videos of her for you to check out if you haven't seen her stuff, because she's just fantastic, and if you haven't seen her, I really think you should check her stuff out. But like I said, also, she was a huge influence on me when I first started my channel. When I first started a YouTube account just to comment and stuff. And then I thought, oh, I could actually make videos. I didn't want to do it with, like, the dreams of being a big famous YouTuber, like, what's a good example? Like Linkara, or... That's the only one I can think of, so I can come back about it. It's like, I didn't go in with aspirations of making a career out of it. I just wanted to go in because at the time it seemed like fun, and it turns out it is. I do have fun doing this. Like, I don't have designs on making this a career. If I could start a Patreon and bring in a little bit of money at least, that would be nice, but that wasn't in the cards for me. I just wanted to do it because it seemed fun. At the time when I did start thinking about making videos, I was subscribed to, like, the creators of Channel Awesome before that imploded. And they were all doing big, scripted, sketch-based things. And it's like, I tried my hand at scripting even a couple times with my videos, and it's like, okay, I clearly don't have a talent for this. So if I do this, I just want to do this as a vlogger. Just me in front of a camera talking about my thoughts and feelings. But I was worried that, again, even if I don't want to be like a big YouTuber, I was worried that there wouldn't be a quote-unquote market for this. That I'd just be shooting off my videos into an empty void. And that's when I discovered Council of Geeks. At the time, she was sort of doing the same thing. She was just I'm going to call it vlogging. I don't know if she would, but like, sitting in front of a camera, very little editing, mostly unscripted. Granted, her presentation is better than mine. Just sharing her thoughts and feelings. And it's like, and seeing that, it was like, okay, there is still an audience for this type of content. And of course, over the years, she's improved and gotten better. I believe I remember her saying she doesn't script her stuff, but she knows how to present herself. And although her subsidiary channel, Room of Geeks, that's much more unscripted. That's, for comparison's sake, that's much more similar to what I prefer to do. And, she's learned other things, too, over the years, like incorporating media into her videos, like sharing clips of the videos or movies or what have you that she's talking about, which I am still years away from learning how to do. I just learned how to rip from DVDs. So, yeah, that's a long way off. But just, watching her from when I first discovered her and watching her involved, she's just spectacular. She's really, she's really charismatic. That's the word I was thinking of. And she knows how to present herself. She knows how to, and I'm forgetting the word again. Shoot, this was a bad time to do this because my brain is not all here right now. She knows how to present her points clearly and concisely. Like, there are times I have disagreed with her on some things, like she doesn't like The Last Jedi. On recent rewatch, it's probably my favorite movie in the Star Wars franchise. She didn't like The Deadly Assassin or The Two Doctors, which respectively they're my favorite 4th and 6th Doctor stories, but the way she presents her points and explains herself, it's like, okay, I don't agree with that, but at least I can understand where you're coming from. And I really respect that about her, that she is able to make herself so clear and communicable. And she doesn't talk down either, It's like, I never feel like, oh, is it a bad thing that I like the thing you don't like? Or you like the thing I don't like? Is that a bad thing? She never gives off that aura of superiority, which is also really appreciative. Shoot, I can't think of what else to say, because, again, she's my favorite YouTuber. She puts out so much interesting content, and like I said, I'm going to end the video just recommending some videos of hers that I always like or revisit. There was something, I really want to read her books. That too. I really want to read her fantasy novel, Dreams of Fire, but because I don't have much time for reading, I want to listen to the audiobook, which I'm still waiting for. If she does see this, I hope she finds this funny, because she also jokes about how late the audiobook is, but just, because I want to get, I want to get her audiobook, also because a friend of mine, Aaliyah, is the narrator for it, so I want to support this content creator whose work I very clearly enjoy, as well as my friend. But yeah, no, other than that, I haven't read her autobiography. I actually might get that at some point. And I haven't read her play. Yeah, okay, so I can't think about anything else I want to say about that. Boy. So yeah, Council of Geeks, happy 10th anniversary. Here's the 10 more years. And keep doing what you're doing, because you are amazing at it. And if you haven't seen her stuff before, so here are some videos of hers that I enjoy, that I think you should check out. Her recent video on it, she uses the HBOMax situation as a springboard before she talks about the failings of a digital-only model to consumers. That's a really good video. Very informative. Let's see. I also like her video on Zack Snyder's Watchmen and how it fails as an adaptation because it is so faithful to the source material. And then conversely, just recently too, she did a sort of a companion piece to it on her thoughts on Netflix's adaptation of the Sandman and how that is an adaptation done right. I actually recommend watching those videos back to back. I'd also recommend her video on Ghostbusters 2 and how she would have approached a sequel to Ghostbusters and how she would have rewritten it. I like that video so much because, goodness, excuse me. I like that video so much because just as a general rule, from what I've seen, I hate those videos that are like, oh, I hate this movie. This is how I'd rewrite it. This is how I do it. It's a project that reeks of fan entitlement to me. And watching her take on that with Ghostbusters 2, I never got that intention. I never got that feeling. I feel like she was airing, because she has said in the past she does not like Ghostbusters 2. So it feels like she was airing her grievances with Ghostbusters 2 in a fairly unique way. It didn't feel like, oh, this movie sucks, I would have done it this way. It feels like I had problems with Ghostbusters 2. This is what my problem was. And yeah, for that, I really recommend it. Speaking of, I also recommend her video essay on, I forget what it was now, but on an episode of the animated series, The Real Ghostbusters. Just to kind of be cheeky, I'd also recommend her review of the audio drama Doctor Who Unbound Deadline. For no other reason than when I came into extra money, I'm the one who commissioned her to review that story. But that's neither here nor there. I think the only other thing I can think of, off the top of my head, mind you, like just go to her channel and watch her stuff. But the only other video I can think of to recommend is her April Fool's video on the history of Doctor Who. That is such a fun video. It's so creatively done. And, you know, it took me a while to register what was going on. But once I did, it was like, oh, that's genius. I'd also recommend subscribing to her to check out some of her live streams, which she does on a bi-weekly basis. Those are really fun to be a part of. And, yeah, I can't think of anything else. Like I said, Council of Geeks is celebrating her 10th anniversary. I don't have any water with me, but here's to 10 more. I hope you keep doing what you love.